Happy Sunday! I wanted to come on live because I just had a session with someone that amplified to me why I've been for the past God knows how long creating session after session after session after session, specifically quantum hypnosis sessions to upgrade you physiologically and psychologically. So Nathaniel and I released the Kung Fu Bod, which is the upgrade from Life Force Upgrade. And within that, we address, reversing chronic pain and illness, increasing your energy levels, gaining strength and building muscle, basically going 100 levels deeper than what you would do with your normal traditional PT. There's a time and place for everything, but if you're someone who, like we, love the science and intricate details of much deeper and getting the results and long-lasting results to be effective and potent now versus, a year from now, whatever, this is why we did it. So one thing that I spoke to Nathaniel about 4 years ago was the power of penetrating the mind at the unconscious level when you're working on your physiology. So the combination is potent, right? Because you've got the mind, body, spirit connection, and if you're just working with the mind, the body can play out. If you're just working with the body, the mind can play out. But when you've got the amalgamation and integration of both, it is super potent. So I'm creating some sessions specifically for the 7 system. I'm going to read them out here, which is the digestive system, the endocrine and reproductive system, the respiratory system, super potent to have the breath on point, the lymphatic system, your immune system, the circulatory system, your nervous system, which is one of the most important things that you need to become aware of if you value and care about your health and wealth long term, because health is wealth, right? And your musculoskeletal system. So there's nothing wrong with going to the gym and getting the buff body that you love. I think it's great. Whatever you're doing to move your body, move your lymphatics, keep the mind active and engaged is perfect. I had a client this morning that I spoke to that we were supposed to have a session a couple of months ago, but life happens, there's challenges, things, the human experience is full of roller coaster that takes you in different directions, just like your neural pathways. And the session didn't happen until today. But what she did in the meantime was, take action, basically working out. As a result of that, her memory is improved. Now we're going deeper. This is the reason I came on live, was to share that I'm specifically creating sessions so that if you're someone who's looking to amplify the capacity of your memory bank so that you can learn how to access the files from A to Z without having to sit there and basically get short-circuited when you're trying to think and you don't know how to, so that you can go there straight away. It can be a 5-minute to a 20-minute session. So when I build sessions for people, it's tailored to them. Sometimes I like 5-minute sessions, 10-minute sessions, 20-minute sessions, but if it's something that I really want to integrate at the unconscious level, I do it when I'm in a state of theta. Do you need to be in a state of theta to get hypnotized? No, we can do it conversationally, right? But for this specific client, she noticed that the memory lapses, or also known as synaptic connections, weren't happening all the time. It was only for specific things and specific situations. So what we're going to do is we're going to go even deeper at a quantum level, so the microscopic quark of where this is all happening at the unconscious mind and at the unconscious level, and we're going to integrate that so that it doesn't happen sometimes, it happens all the time. The default state is being an absolutely ninja memory advocate for whatever it is that, by the way, she's doing amazing things in her life, and down the track, with her permission, I'll share her identity. But for now, it is a big secret. What's not a big secret is that as I started the Zoom, quantum hypnosis session for both psychological and physiological upgrades is what I'm creating right now. It's Sunday. It's a beautiful day. I'm supercharged from the energy from last night. If you haven't seen the pictures that are around Australia, Melbourne, Tasmania, the whole world, please go out there. And my God, I wish I lived in Norway right now, because can you imagine like doing a potent breath and deep immersion in the space of the aurora at that amplified altitude and potency of frequency and light coming through. Amazing, right? So anyway, back to what I was saying. Nathaniel and I really come bod, which is a one-to-one 90-day program. You get the upgrade from both of us, right? But within that, the purpose is to go deeper into your physiology and not just lose weight and all of that. That's great. At the surface level, do that. Please move. Please take action, even if you're walking. Never walked before in your life, because I used to be that person. I used to be so unfit that it caused me to get dizzy if I walked around the block. Now, the blocks in Australia, when they cut them up to sell land to you, are very small. Yet it still made me dizzy, and I couldn't walk in the dark. There was vision problems, hearing problems, balance problems. I reverse all of that, and that is literally one of the most potent things that we do in this immersion: reverse chronic pain and illness. We basically teach you how to increase your energy levels without needing to take placebos or do some weird stuff that's out there or invest in some MLM company, whatever. We teach you how to gain in strength and build muscle. So imagine you're like Bruce Lee and you're right at the beginning of your journey. You don't know anything about how to build a functional, fit, vital body full of life force that allows you to play in your human experience, because we're here to play, right? We're big kids with big dreams and stuff to do, and we're here to play. So if you don't have a physiology and a psychology, because all is mind, to support that, you're going to find yourself on the roller coaster of emotional instability, mental blocks. Like, stuff is going to get in the way. But I'm telling you right now that it's easy to get stuff out of the way instead of stuff being in the way and causing and being the obstacles that stops you from being, doing, and having whatever it is that you want. So putting emotional equilibrium, regulating your nervous system, brain oxygenization, eradicating things like asthma, and, becoming someone who's resilient to burnout. There's a massive hustle culture, and I put it out there the other day. The scorecard culture is one of the most toxic things that I've seen, especially entrepreneurs start to get lost in. It's really good that you're doing and creating things, but if you're finding yourself constantly burning out, constantly depleted, and basically scrambling to what should I do first, this is some of the things that at a quantum level with quantum hypnosis and the amalgamation of the concrete board and all of these really simple little tools and lifestyle traits that you implement can change now. It's so simple to change, it's crazy. And let me tell you how simple it is to change. How often, and please say often, do you change your underwear, right? I'm hoping that it is at least once a day, especially if you go to, if you're training or something and you're sweating, like, please. So change is very, very fast, right? Which means that at the unconscious level, once we really find out what it is that you want, like today's session, originally the insight session indicated that the need was to improve memory and a whole bunch of things, but we established that the memory has improved as a result of physiological movement. What we want to do now is, we're not talking about fixing the past anymore. Now it's like, okay, I'm in the moment, this is happening. What do we need to do now and moving forward? Like, originally the session was to work on some deeper childhood trauma and conflict that had come from the past, but through the integration and allowing time to do its thing, I thought, on the moment, and I basically said to her, it would be a waste of both our time if we go and excavate childhood stuff when I can see and feel and hear that there's nothing there to work on. She goes, yeah, I actually agree with you. Like, I don't feel anything there. Now it's about, how do I optimize myself now? How do I tap into that energy reserve that's natural to all of us? You were born with it, I was born with it. And then how do we use that to go into creation mode? She's got a massive company being established right now, so that's exciting. I'll be a part of that. Like I said, down the track I'll reveal and tell the story and bring a friend for show and tell. But for now, get excited, because most people in the last 5 years have been doing whatever they do, Saturday and Sunday nights. I literally locked myself in, my little office fueled by my little plant and, you know, just in my mind, in your mind, talking to people and finding out like what it is that you want. So the thing that people have said to me that they want is to go deeper in quantum hypnosis and for sessions specifically around, performance, memory, learning, teaching, all of that stuff. But at a non-cognitive level, at the physiological level, they want their heart to work better. They want their breathing mechanics to be amplified. They want to feel energetic so that they have time and energy to spend with their kids versus, spending it in a hospital bed surrounded by really unwell people that basically drain your life force. So I'll put the menu and I'll put all the things out there, but I'll tell you one thing. It's going to be called Whispers of Wisdom because wow, like when something in your life happens and it's amazing, the first thing most people say is wow. And that's how you ought to be feeling. That is your natural state of being. That is your childlike curiosity and creativity at basically are you nuts level. So let's get you there because you don't need motivation. You need to tap into the reserve of whatever is within you because that's your formula and use that fuel, your fuel, not things from outside of you, something that's coming from within you to basically unlock and put you in a state of calm creation so that you can do whatever you want. Like maybe fly to Norway and see the Northern Lights. Like my absolute dream would be to see it in Antarctica and putting it out there, universe. Okay, so that is what I wanted to share. So look out for it. Over 400 sessions for general quantum hypnosis, and then very specific, as I mentioned, the top 7 systems within the physiology to go deeper. Maybe you're working with a trainer, amazing, but what happens when you change your mind and you really align to the value of wanting to, stop suffering from short of breath or whatever? And that happens there, then it happens there because as you know, 95% of your unconscious mind plays out in your physiology. And if you didn't know that, now you know that, right? So let's work from here, let's work from here, let's work from, wherever it comes from and change the situation now. When you do that, you'll become very, 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 very potent and happy as a human being. Like, how good does it feel to feel good? And that is the purpose and intention of why I and my little nerdy fiance decided to go all in, do the work ourselves, like what's working, and what can we change rapidly versus sit there in therapy for years and years and doing whatever it is that you do to try, like instead of trying, just do it, right? And that's why we're like, we've got to create something that's so deep that people can't change, and that is a good problem to solve. So anyway, I want to share my excitement. A beautiful Sunday now. I'm going to sit here and record a few sessions, and then later I'm going to go and cast Aurora Borealis again. And maybe, I don't know, might be a good time to do a live session on the beach, get my feet in there, do some cold therapy, all the things that are free that you can start to implement and do within your life without having to feel like you need to fit in and do what everybody else is doing. So anyway, happy Sunday fun day. Bye.